This time on Border Control Europe. In Melilla, the Civil Guard need all the help they can get in their search for stowaways.
Vente por aquí. Ven, no pasa nada.
At Brussels Airport, a woman's underwear may be hiding substantial assets.
Vous rentrez avec moi, nous allons faire une petite vérification, madame.
And a passenger's whirlwind tour raises alarm bells at Rome Airport.
Why you didn't fly directly from South Africa to Rome?
Because I was in holiday.
But you are a rich man.
Millions of people and goods cross into Europe's frontiers every day, but not all of it is legit. Points of entry are also magnets for smugglers and chancers of all kinds. The border forces of Spain, Belgium, Germany and Italy have their work cut out guarding the ports, airports, land borders and territorial waters. This is Border Control Europe, on high alert 24/7. Melilla, a Spanish enclave on the north coast of Africa, is only 12 square kilometres. There's around 150 kilometres separating the city from mainland Spain, but getting there means crossing the Mediterranean. The ferries that shuttle back and forth can carry more than just passengers. Clandestine travellers risk life and limb to smuggle themselves aboard.
Hemos tenido ya 2-3 atropellos por ir debajo de los camiones. Perdió la pierna incluso el chaval y ellos no son conscientes del peligro que tiene lo que hacen.
Finding these stowaways is a relentless challenge for the Guardia Civil and their canine helpers. While searching the yard, a guard spots a young man attempting to hide, waiting for an opportunity to sneak onto a departing ferry. As he's taken away to recuperate, the rescue dog is drawn towards a space under this lorry.
Pasa ahí. ¿Qué pasa?
Charleroi International Airport is 46 kilometres from Brussels and is Belgium's second busiest airport. Today, another bunch of weary passengers make their way through the terminal. Their wallets likely contain euros and leftover foreign currency, but some passengers are carrying a bit more than spare change and hidden in some very unusual places.
Bonjour madame, c'est un petit contrôle douanier sur le transport d'argent. Est-ce que vous avez de l'argent à déclarer, dites-moi? Ici, il y a une passagère qui vient de passer le contrôle et apparemment, elle transporte de l'argent liquide. Le souci, c'est qu'elle ne déclare pas son argent liquide. Avec insistance, on voit qu'il y a des billets dans le soutien-gorge.
That's certainly one way to get some extra padding.
Le souci, c'est on lui pose la question combien, elle dit 5 000 et elle dit que c'est pas plus. Donc apparemment, dans chaque bonnet de soutien-gorge, nous avons de l'argent liquide qui est en train de passer.
It might seem like a bit of a storm in a teacup, but financial crime is no laughing matter. Money launderers and terrorists use mules to move cash around the world, so the officers have no choice but to detain this woman for further questioning. Rome, a city at the heart of international commerce for millennia. And now it's a hub for a different, more illicit kind of trade: drugs. At Fiumicino Airport, the Guardia di Finanza is on high alert for these modern-day smugglers. And today, a South African man who has just flown in from Warsaw attracts their attention.
Che tiene nell'apparato? My phone e control baggage.
Questo passeggero è stato fermato perché passava dal passaggio dei passeggeri comunitari. Era vistosamente nervoso, alle domande di rito ha risposto in modo superficiale, Allora, il fatto che sia passato per un paese europeo si presume sia un'altra tecnica per eludere i controlli.
There's no reaction from the sniffer dog, but that doesn't mean the bag's clean. Smugglers have a few tricks up their sleeves for disguising the smell of drugs. They decide to bring the suspect in for further questioning.
You wash one in Cape Town?
The man flew from Cape Town, but he's taken a roundabout route to get here.
Right. Scusa, mi dici i transitatori scritti Transiti sono. Però lui è stato 2 giorni a Vienna, capito? E dove l'ha preso?
The sergeant major works out the man's route. He'll need pen and paper just to remember it all.
Mi devi dire i voli. Sudafrica, Antananarivo. Tanarivo. Madagascar, Addis Abeba. Vienna.
In the last few days, the passenger has travelled from South Africa to Madagascar, then on to Ethiopia. He spent 2 days in Vienna, then flew to Poland before finally arriving in Rome. This mystery tour raises serious alarm bells. In the port of Melia in North Africa, the civil guard is searching for stowaways. Every day they find youngsters from the region attempting to hide on lorries heading to the mainland. The sniffer dog's instincts are proven right.
Por aquí no puede, por aquel lado mejor.
A young lad is found hiding between the wheels of this lorry.
Vente por aquí. Ven, no pasa nada.
Like so many others, he's prepared to gamble his life in an attempt to reach Europe.
Están mojados, ha estado toda la noche lloviendo y llevarán toda la noche entre los camiones, intentando meterse debajo de los camiones.
The young man is clearly quite shaken, and if he hadn't been found by the civil guard, the outcome could have been catastrophic. Sadly, such risk-taking is commonplace.
Un chaval saharaui de unos 35 años, con una garrafa de agua vacía de 5 litros amarrada a la cintura con una cuerda, sin saber nadar, saharaui, ese no había visto el mar en su vida. Pues saltó por aquí con otros 2 chavales argelinos y allí enfrente, aquel lado de allí que estaba el barco rápido, intentó llegar nadando.
As they continue their search, the civil guard discover more and more young men, and it's all thanks to this little dachshund. Tango's highly trained nose can sniff out humans, even in a pile of rusting metal. In the past 9 years, he's found nearly 2,000 people.
Me voy a subir para comprobar que hubiera algo.
Loads like these can be lethal. Recently, 2 14-year-olds almost died after being crushed between 2 lorries. That's why guards leave no stone unturned in their search for stowaways.
Compañero, mírame este trocito porque se mete para ahí el bote.
No veo nada.
Tango is never wrong, so the officers don't give up. And finally, it pays off.
Bonjour madame, c'était un petit contrôle douanier sur le transport d'argent.
At Charleroi Airport, just outside Brussels, a woman's assets are under investigation.
Est-ce que vous avez de l'argent à déclarer, dites-moi?
Oui, madame, j'ai 16 000 euros à déclarer.
16 000 euros, madame. Vous partez pour où?
Pour en Italie.
Pour l'Italie. Est-ce que je peux voir l'argent, s'il vous plaît? Merci. Vous n'avez rien, pas d'autre argent sur vous, madame? C'est tout ce que vous pouvez vous transporter?
Oui.
Rien de plus? Plus de 10 000 euros, c'est obligé d'être déclaré. Donc on va constater les faits maintenant.
The lady looks like an unlikely criminal, but agents know appearances can be deceptive.
Vous n'avez pas d'autre argent?
Oh, oui, j'avais quand même du volet, ce que j'avais. Vous avez terminé.
A full search is needed to determine if she's telling the truth.
On va rentrer, vous rentrez avec moi, nous allons faire une petite vérification, madame.
Donc on attend le résultat du contrôle. Déjà ici, il y a trop d'argent par rapport à ce qu'elle a déclaré initialement. Donc on va voir le résultat dans peu de temps.
That's a hefty wad of cash she's got there.
16 000 euros. Ici.
Non, rien d'autre.
There's a limit on how much cash travellers can carry without informing customs. The woman is now given a lesson in customs etiquette.
Il faut savoir que quand on dépasse 10 000 euros, il faut les déclarer. Si vous les déclariez avant... Voilà, quand vous arrivez ici à la douane, à l'aéroport, vous allez à la douane et vous dites, voilà, je déclare autant de liquide sur moi, voilà. On vous fait un papier et automatiquement, vous êtes à l'abri à ce moment-là.
Passengers travelling with undeclared cash can have it confiscated or receive a fine.
Ce qui va se passer, c'est qu'ici, on va quand même téléphoner au procureur. Donc pour nous, il n'y a pas d'infraction en matière de douane. Okay. Maintenant, étant donné qu'il y avait quand même une grosse somme d'argent qui était dissimulée sous coup, on va en informer le parquet en lui donnant tous les éléments. Et après, c'est eux qui décideront est-ce qu'ils veulent investiguer ou pas.
It's a worrying prospect for this cash carrier.
J'espère que je ne veux pas être criminel.
Che tiene nella my phone e console baggage.
At Rome Airport, the financial guard is still trying to get to the bottom of this man's whirlwind trip.
Where do you come from?
From Warsaw. Warsaw, okay. Where are you going now? Rome?
Just for a vacation.
Vacation, Rome. How many days?
5 days ago.
Why you didn't fly directly from South Africa to Rome?
Because I was in holiday.
But you are a rich man. What do you do in South Africa? Your job?
I'm working in the company which is called Absol.
Now I check your bag, okay?
It's a dubious explanation and the Guardias aren't buying it. After all, he doesn't even have a hotel.
The name of hotel in Rome.
No, I didn't make booking. What I said is...
It's evident that the man is up to something, and they suspect it's drug-related.
So you have a friend here?
No.
Nothing. But this is your luggage, it's yours?
Yes, it's mine. I bought it and then I put my clothes.
Yes. One person give you this luggage. You are sure, very sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Look. It's not normal. There is a drug inside. Yes. Do you want to speak with the police?
No.
Yes. Where are you going?
Where are you going now?
Where are you going now?
With this bag.
No, it's not.
The man insists that whatever's hidden inside this bag has nothing to do with him.
This bag is yours, and this drug is yours. If this luggage is for your friend, it's different. But if it's your luggage is yours, the drug is yours. Okay?
The guards are keen to nail those higher up the chain and press him for information.
Do you work for an organization?
I'm working in this company.
In a company. Yeah, you're sure. If you don't speak with the police, you will go in the prison for 10 years.
The sergeant major piles on the pressure.
I ask you again. Do you want to speak with the police? Your luggage is yours?
Yes, it's mine. I told you.
Okay. Mister, 10 years.
È stato chiesto di collaborare, però lui subito ha detto di non essere a conoscenza della provenienza della sostanza stupefacente.
Even with the threat of serious jail time, he refuses to change his story.
Queste indicazioni avrebbero portato al fermo degli altri organizzatori dei traffici di stupefacenti, avrebbe potuto ricevere uno sconto di fino a 1/3 di una pena.
What is this?
I don't know.
You are sure? You don't have a friend here? No.
This looks certain to be drugs, but there's something strange on the outside. Chili paste. It's a well-known smuggler's trick. The smell of the spice detracts sniffer dogs.
What is this? You don't know this.
I don't know.
You're sure, very sure. You don't want to speak with me. No.
Not like I don't speak with you. I don't know. This bag is mine. I told you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but what is inside? I didn't know.
Okay.
Just I bought the bag and put my clothes and travel. You know.
This is a drug, mister. Drug.
Okay.
But whether he decides to cooperate or not, it's probably game over for this smuggler. And the test confirms it.
Heroin. Drug. It's a drug.
I didn't know that.
Heroin, a highly addictive opiate, and this bag has a street value of around 1.5 million euros.
Now we give you an office lawyer.
The passenger will now be assigned a lawyer to argue his case. But with a suitcase full of heroin and a dubious explanation for his multi-country tour, it's unlikely he'll be returning home anytime soon.
Mírame este trocito, porque se mete para ahí el hueco.
At the port of Melilla, the civil guard have just discovered a young man attempting to stow away on a lorry. He's one of several youths they have already found that morning. With all that sharp metal, this is a potential death trap. And if the guards hadn't found him, he might have been stuck there for days.
Ese camión hoy no viaja hasta el viernes. Si no te sacamos hoy, estás 2 días metido en el camión. ¿De acuerdo? Que lo sepas.
But there are some young men taking even greater risks.
Este camión se dedica a cargar cemento en polvo. En ningún caso viaja. Esto es zona de trabajo, puesto que la cementera es esta compañía que tenemos detrás.
Thankfully, the civil guard found this lad before tragedy happened.
Ellos piensan que van al barco y lo que hacen es ponerlo allí. Si no miran en su interior, lo entierran vivos en cemento. Y no se entera nadie. Esto no viaja a península. Esto solo lo ponen ahí y te entierran. Y te mueres. No te metas aquí.
He's had a very lucky escape.
Ponen la torba encima y en cuestión de 3 minutos está llena. Con 3.000 kilos de cemento en polvo. Y el debajo.
Despite such high risks, there's no stopping these desperate young men. Thousands attempt to enter Melilla every year.
Vemos gente muy joven, menores de 8 y 9 años.
It takes its toll on the officers.
Como personas que somos y padres la mayoría, pues nos pesa el ver a un crío de 8 años aquí cuando mi hija puede tener 12 y la tengo entre algodones. Y uno más pequeñito está en la calle sin control, ninguno.
The youngsters will be taken to a centre in the city where they'll be provided with food and first aid and then allowed to leave. Despite the officers' warnings, many will attempt this dangerous crossing in the days or weeks that follow, but only a few will be successful.
On va en informer le parquet en lui donnant tous les éléments et après c'est eux qui décideront est-ce qu'ils veulent investiguer ou pas.
At Belgium Airport, officers have stopped a woman who was smuggling 16,000 euros in her bra. She claims to have hidden it because she was afraid of being robbed. It's up to the judge to decide whether she's telling the truth. The officer calls to get an update.
Madame, bonne nouvelle. Bonne nouvelle, vous avez fini avec votre emploi. Mais c'est pas moi. C'est gentil, mais c'est pas moi. Voilà.
Vous savez.
C'est le procureur du roi qui a accepté de vous laisser partir parce qu'il croit à votre histoire.
It's a huge relief for the passenger. The woman gets to keep her money and continue her journey on to Italy. And with 16 grand in her pocket, she's certainly got enough to celebrate when she gets there. No doubt next time she travels, she'll be more upfront about any cash she's carrying.
Ça va, madame?
Merci, bonne continuation.
Au revoir, madame, bon voyage.
Au revoir.
heroin. But now you will go in the prison.
At Rome Airport, the Guardia de Finanza have detained a South African passenger after a large amount of heroin was found in his suitcase.
Look. 5 kg, 275 eroina.
This has been another successful bust for the Financial Guard.
È stato un grande risultato di servizio, però ci fa aprire gli occhi su altre tratte che i narcotrafficanti provano ad utilizzare e quindi l'attenzione deve essere sempre alta.
Are you taking me to the police station? Are you taking me into the prison? Are you taking me to the court?
Dove lo portate? Lo portate
in prigione. Then after that?
Il giudice deciderà quanto dovrà stare in carcere.
Potrà usare il suo cellulare?
No.
No,
Il cellulare in questo momento è sequestrato.
And then my cell phone is going to stay with me or it's going to stay with you people.
Lui non può avere telefono in prigione.
You can't have a phone in a cell, okay? I mean in a prison.
Staying connected should be the least of this man's worries. He could be sentenced to between 8 and 22 years in prison. The officers' hard work has prevented harmful drugs from entering the streets of Europe. But with heroin trafficking a serious global problem, their job is never done.